TGIF coming off a nice little 2-0 sweep, and we got a huge slate of NBA games. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and I'm smiling because we won some NBA bets. How about that? And of course, it's Friday, so what could be better? Apparently, my sports like to copy each other. MLB struggles, NBA struggles. Yesterday, MLB and NBA both went 2-0, so they just like to do the same. So just something to keep in mind and note for yourself. But we have a huge 12-game slate in the NBA. How about that? And we are less than a couple weeks away from the NBA playoffs and that play-in tourney starting. Exciting time. I know the next 2 weeks may not be exciting. It's tough to predict out there right now, but NBA playoffs are going to be fun this year. They are wide open. Reminder, go check out that MLB Best Bets video. We give out a ton of research help in our Best Bets every single weekday, and hopefully we can get some winners in both sports to end the week. So quick thing I want to talk about real quick. Nonsense Gaming Zone. It is now a channel on YouTube created by the co-creator of this channel. That's right, my buddy Ryan. Some of you guys know him. He is the reason. He's all behind the scenes. He shows up in football videos. But he's a big reason why we have this channel, and he is now starting his own, pursuing his passion for video games. He's always loved video games, and it's Nonsense Gaming Zone. So right now they're in the middle of an NBA 2K season. They're going to be playing many other sports. They're going to be including the community, maybe playing, challenging you guys, and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be making some appearances as well to kick everyone's butt and everything. Hopefully, we'll see. But anyways, if you are interested, go follow along. Again, Nonsense Gaming Zone. The link is below in the description, or you can just search it on YouTube. Help him get started. He's putting a ton of work in. The videos are already looking good, and just a lot of fun. Just one more thing to kind of interact with the community and just have some fun. So anyways, go check that out. I appreciate it. Here we go. It's time to get started. It is the dad joke. Here we go. And by the way, I love telling dad jokes. Sometimes he even laughs. Caught you off guard on that one? Okay, I'll give you one more. I haven't spoken to my wife in 2 years. I just thought it would be rude to interrupt her. That's pretty good. Not you, my wife, just if you're watching. Anyways, in this video, we're going to recap yesterday and then talk defenses that give up the most points, rebounds, and assists to the center position because it is Friday. And then we'll give you our best bets. I will not have a Friday parlay in this video. I may have one in the morning and may not. Honestly, guys, hitting one bet right now in the NBA as we end the season is tough enough. Hitting like a 3-leg parlay is extremely tough. So we'll see if I do that. Then, of course, we'll wrap it all up with the bets recap. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below. Help this channel grow as we wind down our second full NBA season on the channel. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully we can end it in the right way. And of course, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we are getting very close to 23,000 subscribers. Just unbelievable. So, all right, it's time to talk some basketball, and it starts with the recap. All right, there it is. A simple, clean 2-0 day. Started with the Warriors minus 3.5. Never a doubt. I think they ended up winning by like 18. Just put a beat down on them. That's what I love to see from a veteran team who's won championships and is in complete playoff mode. That's what I was hoping to see, and they performed. The second one, Russell Westbrook was an added play today, over 19.5 PRAs. He's had a hit rate of 100% when Kawhi Leonard's out of the game, and he was out this game as well, and he hit. I think he ended with 24-ish, somewhere in that range, 23 to 25. So that was a nice little winner as he wins it in the start of the middle of the fourth quarter. So 2-0 day, we needed it, but it's just one day. So 191, 188. Up 3.30 units, still trying to dig out of that hole that we had from a few weeks back where we just struggled. But anyways, that's the bets recap for April 5th. And now, before we get into those best bets, let's talk the big men. All right, we start with the defenses giving up the most points to the center position, led by the Pacers and the Spurs and Jazz, all giving up a little over 26 points per game. We only got one matchup, which is kind of surprising because there is a lot of games today, but it is the Pistons facing the Memphis Grizzlies. I cannot wait to watch that game, and I am just not serious at all, obviously. But Pistons giving up almost 25 points per game to the center position. Jaren Jackson Jr. averaging 22.5. And then there's all the rest of the guys. Jokic up there, about to win an MVP. Anthony Davis, wet bananas, 26.3 points per game. So on and so on. So take a screenshot. Hopefully this helps you get some winners. And if you are new, these are all last 15 days stats. And we do a new position every day of the week, every week. So now let's check out the rebounds. And we got 3 matchups for you here. Blazers facing Rashawn Holmes and the Wizards. Rashawn Holmes has been questionable, so be sure to check that out. And then the Wizards facing DeAndre Ayton and the Blazers. The other side of that, Ayton is averaging 12 rebounds per game last 15 days. Wizards, the fact that they're ninth is actually a step in the right direction for them because they are usually first, giving up the most rebounds, but they're still giving up 15 and a half. That's only last 15 days. And then Pelicans facing the Spurs and Wet Bananas, who is averaging 12.2 rebounds per game. Pelicans 15 and a half rebounds given up to the center position. So take a screenshot. Hopefully this helps you get some winners. And let's finish it out with the assists. And we got two more matchups. We got the Mavericks facing Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors. 5.3 assists per game for Draymond, and the Mavericks giving up right around there to the center position as well. And then the Knicks facing Vucevic of the Chicago Bulls, 4.1. Knicks giving up 4.76. And just FYI, I did all these stats right before the games for Thursday even started. So if there's any stats there, well, there will be stats there. They were not included in that, and with just one game for only a certain amount of teams. But just want to point that out. So anyways, that's the points, rebounds, and assists to the center position. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, this segment of the show is brought to you by our sponsor, Better Bet. That's BTR Bet, the best place to find, track, analyze, and share your bets. Click that link below in the description and go give it a shot. So here we go. Bet number one takes us to the nation's capital. We got the Wizards hosting the Blazers in the game of the day, game of the year, and it's just going to be incredible. Wizards -2.5. Total in this game is 220.5. Yes, the Wizards are favorites over an NBA team without Kyle Kuzma, without Marvin Bagley, and possibly without Denny Avdija. Go figure. That's because the Blazers are just as beat up and just as bad. But I'm not betting aside. No freaking way. My best bet in this game is a player prop. Give me Jordan Poole over 30.5 points plus assists at -115 on DraftKings. I think some of you just rolled your eyes. I could feel it through the camera. Does it get any scarier than betting on an over for Jordan Poole? Maybe a Luka under. Been there. But other than that, disclaimer, before I talk about Jordan Poole and why I think he's going to go over, I don't think Jordan Poole is a very good NBA basketball player. I've said it before. He's not efficient. He's just not very good in general. But anyways, that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about why we think this bet is going to win. The Wizards are not playing many guys because there's a lot of injuries. Poole has now played 34-plus minutes in 5 straight games. In those 5 games, he has gone over in 2 of the last 5. I get it. It's not a huge hit rate. But in 2 of the 3 that he missed, he had 29 and 30 on the hook. So, and one of those was against the Heat. He now is facing an injury-ravaged Blazers team. It's going to be a great matchup. I expect him to shoot an absolute ton, and his potential assist numbers also have been kind of great. Well, they should be. He's the point guard of a team that has nobody else. But he is averaging 13 potential assists in the last 5 games, and he's turned that into 5, 13, 8, 6, and 8 actual assists in the last 5. So he should be able to add quite a bit of assists here. You pair that with averaging 18.4 shot attempts the last 5. I keep using the last 5 because that's when his minutes just are really shot up with all these guys out. But 18.4 shots a game, 13 potential assists. I think that can turn into 31 plus PAs. And it's against the Blazers. So sign me up. That's right. We are having a pool party on Friday for over 30.5 PAs as my first best bet. All right, the second best bet takes us out to Indiana. We got the Pacers hosting the Oklahoma City Thunder. Pacers -5.5. Total in this game, 234.5. I am taking a player prop, and I'm taking it under. Give me Josh Giddey under 6.5 assists, plus 110 on DraftKings. The Thunder are going to be without SGA and Jalen Williams, it looks like, for this game. So Giddey becomes the point guard when SGA is out, as you guys probably already know. But in the 5 games without SGA this year, you think he's had a lot of assists. He's the point guard, all this, the usage up, all that. He's gone under in 4 of those 5 games, and he hasn't even had more than 4 assists except for one time. That's right, 4 of the 5 games without SGA, when he plays point guard, he has had 4 or less assists. That's insane. He doesn't really become a distributor. He looks to score a little bit more. And now he's facing the Pacers, which is going to be a terrible matchup for him because the Pacers, as I've mentioned many times before, they do not allow a lot of assists to the point guard position. They have allowed the fewest assists to the point guard in the last 30 days, the 4th fewest in the last 15 days, and the fewest over the course of the season. If you watch them, they allow a lot of points to the point guard, but they do not overhelp on defense. You're not going to see a ton of guys just leaving to go help the point guard when he drives. So they give up a lot of points, but do not give up a lot of assists. And he's, let's face it, Josh Giddey's not exactly a pure passing assist type of player. He's just a shooting guard filling in at point guard. In fact, SGA himself played the Pacers one time. We took his under assists, and he went under. He had 5 dimes in that game. I don't think Josh Giddey is some awesome passer compared to SGA or anything. In the last 7 games for the Pacers, here's what the opposing point guards have done. Dennis Schroeder, he had 4 assists. They played him back-to-back, and in another one, he had 11. It was a bonkers game. He converted almost every potential assist, and it's actually one of the only 2 that has actually gone under this. We'll talk about D'Angelo Russell, 5 assists. He's a better passer than Giddey. Kobe White, how about 2 assists? James Harden, one of the top assist guys in the NBA, got 7 and barely went over. Not even a comparison when it comes to assists with Josh Giddey and James Harden. Spencer Dinwiddie had a good game, actually, but he still had 6 and went under. And then they played the Warriors. Steph Curry, 5. Chris Paul, 4, sorry. So they all, most of those guys went under. I can't believe we're getting plus money. Maybe I'm missing something here. Josh Giddey obviously could have one of those games where the one time he went over without SGA, he had 9 assists. It was on like 13 or 14 potential assists. It was just one of those wild converting games where everyone hit shots when he passed it to him. Always possible in the NBA, but this is the hardest matchup you can have for assists, and Giddey is not a guy who usually gets 7 or more assists. So give me Josh Giddey under 6.5 assists, and let's giddy up our way to another win. That was so lame, but I had to throw in a dad joke. But anyways, those are my 2 best bets. I will have at least one more added play in the pinned comments. I'm trying to keep it more quality over quantity. I know we have a huge slate, but the NBA is wacky, as you all know. I do not want to give out like 5 bets and go 1-4. It's just not one of my favorite things to do. So those are the NBA best bets for Friday to end the week. Now let's check out the bets recap. There are the best bets for Friday. We got Jordan Poole over 30.5 points plus assists at -115 on DraftKings, and Josh Giddey under 6.5 assists at +110 on DraftKings as well. So those are the 2 best bets. Let's see if we can avoid all those landmines that the NBA has to give, especially this time of the year. Any added plays on X, on Discord, and in the pinned comment, just like the MLB video, which is out or will be out if it's not already. So go check that out as well. But thank you guys for all the support. I really, really appreciate it. And hope you guys have a great Friday, a great weekend. And if you are new to the channel, we do not do videos on the weekends because these take hours and hours. And I do have to see my wife and kids at some point, as does Ryan. So just wanted to warn you and give you a heads up on that one. But we will still release bets on the weekends on YouTube community tab, on X, and on Discord as always. So thanks again. Hope you have a good one. We'll talk to you soon.